Good, beautiful morning. Happy Thursday, you guys. I pray that you are well, doing amazing, feeling amazing, holding on to hope and faith, you guys. I am thankful for a new day, a new grace, and a new mercy. Yesterday is behind us, and I am moving forward to today. But I had something on my mind that I wanted to say. I like telling y'all my thoughts. So I have a couple things to do this morning. So I wanted to say, you deserve to be poured into the same way you pour. Chapter maybe? You deserve to be poured into the same way you pour. There are many times when we find ourselves in relationships, and a relationship can be with the family as well too. Family members, friends, co-workers, bosses, in a marriage, with a boyfriend, a fiance, a girlfriend. And sometimes you can find yourself pouring into another individual more than they pour into you. You know what I'm saying? And at this point in life, it's about reciprocity. You know what I'm saying? Reciprocity is you give, I give, you give, I give, you give, I give. There should not be one person pouring more into the other person, because that leaves the other person in the negatives. It leaves that other person in the negatives. So a lot of times we find ourselves like, a family member or a friend, or you always find yourself like showing up for somebody else, or you always show. And then when you look around, when it's time to be showed up for you, there's always hesitation, or you find yourself lacking that area, or well, wow, I don't have nobody to call, or I don't have nobody that's showing up for me like that. You know what I'm saying? But you done poured all of this emotions, energies, finances, whatever, into some of these other individuals. Every time they call, you right there. Every time they show up and need a mentor, you always there to encourage and all this. But then when they come to you, you find yourself in this thing by yourself, just you and the Lord. Now, ain't nothing wrong with finding yourself with just you and the Lord, but if you are doing all of this pouring, you are worthy of being poured into just as much. You know what I'm saying? So be careful in these relationships when you find yourself doing more emotionally, physically, financially than the other person. Be careful when you find yourself dealing with family members and you're doing more, pouring more into them than anybody is pouring into you. On your job, you pouring, and you're not being, received the same, or dealing with a boss and you always doing, and they're not pouring into you just as much. You got to be careful, because you deserve to be poured into the same way you pour. It's called reciprocity. God is good. He wants the best for us. He wants us to have, the best friendships and families and, different things. And sometimes we have to cut it out, because sometimes those relationships don't always include blood. I know I'm so thankful for the relationships that I'm forming through my YouTube channel. I'm so grateful for y'all, and I wish I could find words to describe what some of these friendships mean to me. But I just give God all the praise, glory, and honor for that. But you deserve to be poured into the same way you pour. And when we cut off these relationships and we get a full understanding of that, God will put people in our lives, put people in our paths that will pour into us and have the desire to pour into us the same way we have poured. So until the next time, inspire, be inspired. I love you guys. God bless you.